I just kind of have always been, if I'm going to play, I should stream, or else I won't do it. I like to do it, so I should just do it.
Sure.
Let's see.
Just do it.
Just do it. I learned from Nike to just do it. I wasn't really able to put rubber to road on that, but I can at least push a button for it.
Way to go, Nike.
Invite sent.
Warning. Warning. Main bay doors opening.
Invite
Please keep
accepted.
hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times. Stream will begin shortly.
Wow, those are fancy pans. For Mother's Day, we went and Jennifer got some desserts, and then we picked up some cheap pizza. We met our kids outside and ate out in the cold and freezing wind so we could be together without Jessica getting infected from somebody, so she can go on her trip to Spain. It was fun, but very cold. We were all like freezing. Not the Mother's Day Jennifer probably would have, preferred.
No.
So not going to get sick from being too close to people, but just going to get sick from being frozen. Gotcha.
Right. Right. That's how we planned it.
Whose idea was that?
It was Jennifer's. The wind was good. Jessica does not want to get COVID before she has to go to Spain, or she won't get to go. And she's spending like $7,000 for the whole trip, I think, is what it's going to cost.
Yep.
So we're just trying to be really careful. And
Has she had COVID?
no, she has not. She's been vaccinated and stuff, but both of her siblings, one works as a teacher's assistant in an elementary school, so they're constantly exposed to possibilities, and the other works at a retail store, and they're constantly kind of exposed. So we're just trying to be super careful.
Yeah, no, I understand.
It'd be terrible after 3 years of being in this choir, hoping to get to go on one trip, and then she finally is going to get to go, and then she wouldn't get to go. That would just be heartbreaking for her. All right.
Well, we all know that heartbreak is just part of life.
Yeah, hopefully we can avoid this part for her. Interesting. Okay, here we go. Dum-ba-dum. Oh, I'm supposed to run that roughneck, aren't I?
Why?
Is this one not the first? Gray Falcon did a Mech of Death thing, and I didn't get to it last night before I had to quit. So it's the Roughneck 3A.
It seems like he needs to be on to witness it.
I know, you're right. So I'll kind of wait till he shows up.
I see a flea and a bringer of hell.
Howdy,
Ooh, we got a
everybody.
fat kid with us.
Go and get you around
Hello.
the other side.
Howdy, old Drax, everyone.
Hi. Targeted. Targeted. Funny guy.
Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Dead Money Joe, welcome. All we have to do is cut down the enemies. Should have brought my clippers.
Did you say I'm supposed to bring my scythe?
Yes, Scythe would be perfect in this game.
Well, let
How
me
come-
find Reaper, and I'll smile at him and tell him.
How
to-
come they don't have a
to
Grim
his scythe.
Reaper mech design?
Say again.
Why don't they have a mech called the Grim Reaper or a Reaper? You would kind of think they would. Whoops, I'm not watching where I'm going. Twizzling knobs.
I'm just following ECM guy. And that bringer of hell.
That's me. That's me.
Online.
Is that a blip in D4? Seismic D4 on the D, Drax.
Affirmative.
That voice is ridiculous.
It's a great
Right.
voice.
Target spotted.
Yeah, Ragneth, it's a great voice.
Multiples. D4. Heading Charlie 3.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
He sounds like what's his name? I can't remember his name. The black actor that has a great voice.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You tell me.
It's
This
a
is
great
your
voice.
I can't remember his name.
story.
I know what I'm
Actor?
talking about.
I'll have to look it up.
Target spotted.
Douglas something or other, isn't it?
No, I don't think so.
On the waterline of D4.
Target acquired.
Target
They're
spotted.
heading towards Echo 5. Alpha's still in the open in the water. You can LRM him.
Anything on the island?
Target spotted.
Artillery strike. online.
Earl
so.
St. James, maybe?
Target spotted.
Island.
James Earl
John
Jones.
Earl.
James
John
Earl Jones. There we go.
James
Thank you.
Earl
Echo 5.
In the tunnel,
Earl St. James.
4 of them in the tunnel.
Yeah, James Earl Jones. That's who I'm
Delta
thinking
is in
of.
the open on the top. LRM Delta. LRM Delta. If you can.
New target acquired.
There's a king crab under the ramp too. Echo 5.
Most of them are in the tunnel.
Target spotted.
Delta's the only one up top.
Gunner behind.
They're
F5
coming
to get up
mid
there.
tunnel, guys. Mid tunnel. Yeah.
Target spotted.
Okay, I think they're trying to go through the tunnel behind us.
Delta Rifleman on top.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over there.
Target destroyed.
Good kill.
Right.
This is like a.
Just as I got to the rear, Ragneth. Done.
Sorry, man.
I was coming up from F5. I'm like, oh, I'll kill it. No, I won't.
Sorry, man.
Good. Let's trap him in the tunnel.
Yeah.
Don't push in though, guys. Let them push out.
Let them come out. We can shoot from
they're
above
behind
also.
us. They're behind us, people.
That guy's sticker's flopping around. That's
Yeah,
funny.
they've already come outside tunnel, I think.
On his
One
shoulder.
blood asp in there. Right, let's
Charlie 5, Charlie 5.
push in the blood asp in the tunnel.
Charge the lettuce, guys. Let's go.
Target spotted.
I guess we're going in the tunnel after all.
Artillery strike
Need assistance.
online.
One blood asp only in the tunnel.
Affirmative.
Fafty on the side. Fafty on the side. Cougar on the other side.
Yeah, I found the blood asp.
I'm down.
So there's a Fafty, a Cougar, and a blood asp. They've got intersection.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Watch left tunnel.
1-5. That's terrible. I did nothing. I gotta check my source. I'll be back.
Enter torso. Critical damage.
Keep pushing. Don't back up. Go. Blood asp has exited the tunnel on the left.
Oh, he just killed me. I didn't even see him out there.
There's an herb at the top of the building at the back.
Critical. New target acquired.
Yeah, I wonder if I was shot in the back.
Critical. Override shut down.
There. Top of the building. C6. I don't know. That's right. Never mind.
New target acquired. Target acquired. New target acquired. Left arm critical damage. Left torso.
This is getting messy.
New target acquired. Right torso destroyed. Right arm destroyed. Small pulse laser destroyed. Heat sink destroyed. Fuel at 25%. Right leg critical damage.
Good try, guys. efforts were disappointing. I always hate when that happens.
You mean somebody actually put in effort here?
I did. Not enough. I put in some effort.
That was just bad.
Yeah, it was kind of painful.
I mean, I was calling them out where they were, and everybody was going a different direction.
I think there's one thing that can be done about this, and that's that we just try it again. It's so bad we have to try it again. Mm-hmm. Do-boo-dee-doo-dee-doo-doo. Boo-dee-doo-dee-doo-doo. Da-dum, da-dum-dum. Da-ba-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da. Da-da-da.
Oh, yo. Mom.
Drax is deployed still. That's interesting. Did you leave your mech out in the field there, Drax?
What the Marine Corps done to me. Took a boy, made a man, made a killer out of me.
Sorry, I'm here. Did you drop me?
Mm-hmm. No, we didn't drop you.
That was a terrible first match.
It was pretty bad. I said that the only thing that we can do is to redo it.
Yeah.
There's no better punishment than having to do it again.
I called the push for the tunnel, right, thinking, well, just a blood aspect. There was a Fafnir in the side, and there was something like a cougar hidden in the alcove, and it's like I got done 3 ways.
We shouldn't have gone in the tunnel.
Came through that tunnel.
No, we shouldn't have. Bad call. And I even said, "Don't go in the tunnel." And I thought, "I say your blast."
They all did, and then everybody went in.
Yeah. So you can call for a push. Just need to make sure when you call for a push, you actually know what's there.
Yeah, I know I can call. I just usually don't know for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody was up underneath the little awning, and all the enemy was behind us.
I did so badly.
I mean, I called it out, but nobody came.
Well, we got distracted with a tunnel push. It was a failure.
Oh, Drax, before we go tonight, I have a story to tell you on private comms that you might enjoy. Don't let me forget.
That sounds ominous.
No, it's a good story. I just don't feel like I have the right to tell it on the whole stream.
Let's make up the story before you tell me.
Okay, what do you want it to be about?
Well, I have no idea what this is about, so I don't know.
I accept your challenge. Let's make it up. Yeah.
Maybe chat can come up with something. I made my Italian pasta, right, but I tried something different. I tried using Himalayan pink rock salt, and I forgot how salty that stuff is, so I think my pasta sauce is going to be very salty.
It's big chunks, so you don't need as much, really.
Yeah, but I watched the guy do it with rock salt. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I'll have a go, but...
Normally you grind Himalayan salt, so it's smaller. I mean, you actually use more chunky salt than you do small salt because it packs together tighter when it's
two sizes.
Fine grain.
Two sizes. I got like a small granule rock salt,
okay.
Himalayan salt. And I've got a rock version of it, and I just tried the rock one, thinking, I won't add as much, but I'll add some. And then I'm like, oh, that's probably too little. So I added some more. I went, oh, okay, I'll see what happens. Yeah, it's very salty.
Too much. So, aren't you afraid of getting llama hair in it?
Well, one's an animal and one's a mineral. Do you think
I know,
the llama hair shed onto the salt?
Yeah, of course they do.
Is that where they go and shed their...
They shed everywhere, so it's bound to get on the salt too.
But I don't think llamas are everywhere in the Himalayas.
No, they shed everywhere they go, though. And they live in the Himalayas also.
Look, I didn't see any hair in the salt.
Aren't you
not.
more worried about yak hair?
Well, and yak dung.
What about Yeti? Hey? What
Yeti
about
dung. Yeah, you don't want that either.
We're going to go make believe. Let's go full tilt.
We haven't gone make believe yet. Llamas are real things.
So are yaks.
So when
Yaks
they
are too.
process the salt, they're not going to wean out the other stuff?
Well,
So-
no, because the whole point of Himalayan salt is that it's natural. It has all the organic, minerals that are there, and whatever else happens to be that gets ground up with it. It's just like a hot dog.
Yak salt.
It's like a hot dog. When you go buy a hot dog, what do you think's in a hot dog, Drax?
Yak and, and
seriously,
Yeti
think
and
about
llama
that.
salt.
Where does salt come from?
Oh, I've got G-Ram. Okay. We've got Rakneth. Ah!
I mean, let's see.
Okay.
If it comes from the ocean, well, there's all kinds of stuff in there.
That's sea salt full of stuff. There's fish poop in that.
It comes out of the saltwater
I
lake.
actually do wonder whether, when they label these things Himalayan rock salt and Himalayan, whether it actually comes from those regions at all.
Sensors online.
I think it does because it's pink, so it must. Because everybody knows that
They can add a
Yetis
dye, can't they?
Yetis have
Nice.
pink palms on their hands, on their cloth hands, and they use Yetis to
Right.
mine the salt. Well, if you get a turkey frank here, a turkey hot dog here in the United States, by law
Yeah.
it's required to have at least a teaspoon of turkey slurry, which is just ground up turkey bird. That can include beaks and bones and guts and everything else. Has to have at least a teaspoon of that. The rest can be wood cellulose fiber and all sorts of other stuff, and then they mix it all together and call it a hot dog. So you think
you mean
salt's
like
going to
the
be better?
Parmesan cheese?
Yeah.
Oh, what are you going to tell me about Parmesan cheese?
If you look on a lot of the, well, I don't know about there in Australia, but in the U.S., you can look on the labels. It says wood cellulose to start with, and then Parmesan is way on the bottom of the list.
Yeah, so
Don't
the
you
first
guys, when you
ingredient
buy your cheese,
wood
actually
pulp.
buy cheese, or do you buy it like shredded up and packet it?
We get it out of the forest.
Well, I buy Parmesan Reggiano, which is Italian produced. I don't buy.
In an Italian forest.
No, not Italian forest.
Target acquired.
Bravo, on top,
Level critical.
Target spotted.
top of the saddle.
Oh, looks like a saddle push, boys.
They want to push the saddle.
Looks like a saddle push, boys. I don't know what you mean, but that means they're coming up.
Something to do with the saddle. We need help, guys. We're going to need a lot of it.
Heat level critical. Artillery strike online. Heat level critical. Heat level critical.
Target spotted.
I fall down.
Ah,
Artillery strike online. Target destroyed.
got one of them.
Oh my god.
The enemy has started to chip away at us.
Target
Stay
spotted.
frosty.
Target spotted.
Left torso critical
Ow.
damage. Left torso destroyed. Left arm destroyed.
Thank you.
Is at 75%.
Heat sink destroyed.
He was mean to me. Mean to me. Why is it that you're mean to me?
Target acquired.
Kodiak, I'm going to give some love to you guys, that's for sure.
Target destroyed.
I'm not being much help. I guess I need to get down. There we go. Give you some love over there. Oh, somebody got me in the back, I guess. Darn. Not a lot of people know about the Yeti slave labor issues. That's right, Joe Creek.
I wish we could.
It's dare I say, it's abominable.
That's what happens.
Oh, I shut down in front of him and he just destroyed me. Oh, well, I didn't do so badly.
That's what happens when you annoy the crowd and then take a nap.
Nice.
Destroyed.
Can't believe Drax didn't hear my good joke.
New target.
Oh, I was too busy shutting down in front of a king crab. I knew it was just...
I don't know who
We're doing
came
it
up
right
and got
then.
me. Joe Creek said that not a lot of people know about the Yeti slave labor issues, and I said that's right. It's abominable.
I'm going to shock you.
Yeah?
I'm going to shock you.
Because you know about it?
I'm going to shock you about something today that I learned that I did not know. I thought that, you know, there are more slaves alive today in the world than ever before.
That does
That
not
is saying
surprise me.
something.
That does not surprise me.
There's approximately 40 million slaves on the planet.
Where are most of them?
It turns out China.
That is not surprising either.
5%.
Yeah. I mean, they're not just China.
Critical.
Yeah.
damage.
I mean, I thought...
I
knew there was more
I didn't know
slavery
there was
hadn't
that
ended.
many. I didn't know there were that many slaves in China. I knew
Yeah.
there was a couple million
Oh, they're not. They're not all in China. Don't get me wrong. but
Islamic
you said
people
the
that were
most.
in
It's
work
apparently
camps
China.
and
Apparently China. I'll get you proper stats because I'm still looking into it. But I was
Yeah,
like,
it is
when I heard it, I'm
New
like,
target.
no, that can't be
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
I'm like, yep.
that's terrible.
Fine, good throw, guys.
Target acquired. New target acquired.
I'm really disappointed. I shut down in front of a king crab. It's just so bad.
The cowards.
New target
Captain Blanton's a
acquired.
good shot with those PPCs.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
Right arm critical damage. Right leg critical damage.
I mean, I did think this was going to be a great match because we had G-Ram and Ragneth on the other side, but whew,
It's up to you, Captain.
New target acquired.
it wasn't terrible. I will say it wasn't terrible.
Destroyed.
Nice kill. Look, he's gonna clean it up in an Irby.
He could do
Oh,
it.
he's got 4 light PPCs in that thing. Now there's a
You're my
build
hero. I
I'd
just
be
wanna
interested
say
in.
Whatever happens, just
Is
on my
the
hero.
Annihilator alive?
Target acquired.
Yeah, he is.
Target destroyed.
That'd be a
Carry!
no. The Annihilator's not alive.
Buddy? Follow you.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Nice. Excellent work.
Captain, that was stunning.
Captain Blanton.
You're my new hero.
Wait, I thought I was your hero. Of course I
Nah,
died.
Captain replaces you. Captain replaces
Oh, well.
you, sorry.
He earned it.
92. Eat a fucking dick.
Yeah, Captain, get good, man. You're like...
Yeah, you got to learn to
Ain't
carry
short.
harder is what you got to do,
I
actually.
ain't short, dude.
If you're going to drop with me, you got to carry harder because I don't carry much at all.
700 match score. That's one for the books. Well done.
So, a 1911's not enough,
5
enough
kills.
carry? Is that what you're saying?
Well, and he only got 5 kills. Like, he should have gotten 6 or 7, really. Now, that's a carry.
I mistook what you were saying. I thought you said that I had to carry better.
No,
And
Captain
I was like,
Blanton.
1911's not good enough?
No, Captain Blanton at 900 and whatever. I don't even...
No, I said carry more.
Yeah, and I
He's
said
8
he's
short
got,
of 1,000.
I said he's got to learn to carry harder, too, because he only got 5
Yeah.
kills. So he
Really
let us
teasing
down
him.
2 different ways.
Yeah, seriously. Not
Yeah.
my hero anymore. You're still my hero
Yeah.
now.
Oh, boy.
Don't we have to pick
Oh,
somebody
boy.
else up?
There's nobody to pick
I'll
up.
bring up. Hellbringer.
Is Hellbringer here? Oh, look, Hellbringer's here. Invite sent.
That was a big comeback from that bloke.
Yeah, it was.
Stunning comeback. And he did it in Irby.
I want
Like
a 4 light PPC build for my Irby.
I told you, light
That's that
PPCs
new
are
Irby,
OP.
too.
Like,
Yeah, but somebody was
PPCs
talking
are
about a
just-
3 light PPC build last night, but this guy's got 4 and he's got ECM. It's like, what?
Yeah, pretty cool.
And he's doing over 100.
He's
Like,
doing
they
over
reckon-
100 damage.
To bring it back, they reckon they just need to slightly increase the heat on the light PPCs, and then it'll be normalized. But at present, even though they nerfed it once already, it's still slightly got the edge.
Yeah, slightly.
No, I'm saying his speed was over 108 on that Irby.
Yeah, he's got a good build, didn't he?
Yep, I want that build. I want to try that. Was that in the new Irby that they gave out?
I think it was the free Irby.
Wow. Wow.
380 or whatever it's called. R80 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Hey, Hellbringer.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's probably speed tweaking the heck out of it.
Okay, so we're making up stories about what you're possibly going to tell
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Aliens exist.
That's old news. It's got to be something new, something cutting edge.
Elon Musk is giving all his money away.
I don't think he could give it away fast enough. He keeps, it's not that he has that much cash all the time, right? It's all invested in these mega companies.
I have no idea. I'm not his accountant. I don't have a clue.
No, Valen could tell us probably, but yeah, you wouldn't be able to probably grasp those numbers correctly. To you, it's all just something to burn.
You just make it up. Nah, another 50,000 for you, another 70,000 for you. Nah, it's 700,000.
700,000.
What did I do? Back talked. Oh, Valen! Speak of the devil! My God.
Valen, we're just saying that you are probably the only one. Drax Debt. Is there a Drax Debt death clock, Valen, that we can tune into to see when the Drax Debt takes over the whole world global economy and crashes it all?
Wait, are you talking about the old clock? What do they call that?
There was a death clock, and there was there's also like the U.S. debt. I think you can get online and see what that is, and it grows by like $1 billion an hour or something like that, or
It's
per
crazy,
minute,
isn't it? Like
per second. It's crazy
how it all works. And they just
well,
keep
it
on
doesn't
lifting that
always
ceiling.
keep working. You got to somehow rein it in at some point, or you're just gonna we're having
even the Republicans don't rein it in. Like, no one reins it in.
I get so disgusted with
Well, when
both
you're the
sides.
when you're the ones that print the money,
and you don't think that it matters,
it's hard not to, eh?
But inflation is really high right now. I mean,
It's like
hamburgers.
your
Going to lunch is $16. It used to be $8, just 4 years ago.
It kind of was inevitable the interest rates were going to go up eventually, right? Because you can't have a zero interest rate forever.
It's not the interest rate was the problem. It was the keep printing money without any kind of limits. Gas pedal to the metal and keep those presses rolling.
Yeah, but I was going to say with the way they're spending, you can't keep a zero interest rate forever. But wow, they really tried, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
How many years was it at zero in America?
I don't know.
It seemed to be a long time.
3 or 4.
It seemed to be a long time. No, I think it was longer than that.
It may have been. I wasn't paying attention to that particular stat for long. I mean, I don't watch it.
Like even in Australia, it was pretty low for ages. I'm like, this doesn't. How does it stay that low forever? Like, I was trying to remember some economics and commerce classes back from high school. I'm like, wow, this isn't.
You lost there, Dart?
Well, the Fed sets the interest rate here, right? So it's whatever
but
they want it to be.
They do it based on, the prices in the economy, right?
Right.
Well, I think that's how they do it. I mean, it's been a long time
They
since
do it for what's best for their pocketbook.
Well, they're not supposed to,
but
but
they
yeah,
still
I'm
need to
afraid
justify
there's
it.
some of that.
They still need to.
That's how the Federal Reserve sets the interest rate.
I remember a South Park comedy skit, section in one of their shows where one of the characters had to visit the Reserve Bank in the States, and he visited it, and it was literally like a wheel, and they cut off a chicken's head, and wherever the chicken landed, that's kind of what was going to happen. I'll never forget that scene. Quite funny.
It sounds kind of plausible, doesn't it?
Target acquired.
Gunfighter, you just walked in front of my Alpha. I almost killed you right there.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Grey Lantern, there's a Jenner in there somewhere, and there's an assault on the right of him.
Come on.
Assault's moving. Let's get that Jenner.
Need assistance.
Still on the top of the highway though, I think. E5, there's an assault mech.
Heat level critical. Heat level critical.
Gunfighter, there's an assault mech just out the side there, I think.
Online.
Got an annihilator here in the center. Delta, need some help.
Target spotted.
At D5.
Left torso critical damage. This
I'm dead, never mind. They don't notice, they don't even say goodbye. It's like, yeah, he's dead. We'll notify your family. No, they don't care.
target acquired.
Annihilator back in
New
E5.
target acquired.
And a fleet. If any of you could turn around.
Behind us, Hellbringer.
Coming.
Airstrike.
Annie just dropped me.
Ah, gunfighter. No.
Target acquired.
All of them were Charlie 5, Delta 5.
They're split.
No, they're not. There's like so many here.
No, they're split though. There's two assaults and anyway, whatever. We're not together though.
I knew I should turn around. As soon as I turned around to help you guys, the other guys, I was...
Yeah, there was a crossfire happening. I didn't see all that.
New target acquired. Right leg destroyed.
Oh no!
Oh, you needed that leg.
Left leg critical damage. Left
You should hop
arm
behind something.
damage. Warning incoming missile. Left torso critical damage. Warning incoming missile. Right torso critical damage.
I really needed that leg. Really needed that leg.
Let's see. U.S. debt clock. National debt clock. Real time stats is $30 trillion. I think I got to count the commas. 100 million
amazing,
billion. Yeah, $30 trillion. It goes up.
Ooh, I'm gonna do something with my sauce. I'll be already up and I'll be back in a sec.
2. So about
What?
so every 6 seconds it goes up $100,000. And debt per citizen debt per citizen. I'll wait till Drax gets back. This is interesting. This is ridiculous.
Do you remember the nuclear annihilation clock?
Plot? You mean mutually assured destruction? MAD, you mean?
Yeah, you know that clock they had where we were sitting at 11:59 a couple times?
No, I don't remember that clock, but I know what you're talking about now, I think. I mean, I don't remember looking at it. All right, here we go. Yeah, this looks totally healthy.
What's healthy?
The U.S. debt clock shows you how much debt my country's in per second.
You mean how it's going up by $100,000 per citizen
It goes up
every 6 seconds?
No, it goes up $100,000 per 5.5 seconds, but per citizen, it goes up only $91,000. It's currently at $91,000 per citizen. However, a lot of citizens don't actually pay any tax towards it, so the debt per taxpayer is $242,000. So I owe the IRS $242,000 in taxes. I'll never be able to pay that. I'll never make enough money to pay that much in taxes. That means somebody else has to pay way more. And I'm a taxpayer.
So, well, here's the deal. Only 40% of Americans actually pay taxes.
I know. And I don't pay that much because I'm just at the poverty line.
And to make things worse, some of the rich is trying to avoid to paying the tax.
The rich pay 90% of the tax.
Yeah, but they will have
that's
some
a top
dude.
1%.
They will have some people try to avoid the paying the tax.
Well, they want to pay as
pay
little
tax.
as they have to, but that doesn't mean they don't pay tax. They don't pay tax the same way. In America, you pay tax on earned income and on rental income.
Okay, I'm back.
And you pay a different rate on like royalty income. It's 10% typically. And investment income. And you don't pay taxes on anything, like if you own a business and it becomes worth a lot, like Elon Musk, you don't pay tax on that unless you sell it or sell shares that you own in it, because that's realized income. So you pay tax on that.
Artillery strike online.
You don't pay tax on a business that, if you had to pay tax, personal income tax on a business you owned in addition to the income tax, if you had to pay tax on just what you own and what it's worth, it would put most businesses in America out of business in a few years. So you don't count that. You count it when you actually get to realize that gain.
Artillery strike.
And a lot of people don't get that, and they don't, and so they think, oh, they're evil people. They have all this money. Well, they don't have any money necessarily. Well, of course, some of them do, but they have a business worth $100 million, but they can't. Some of them are evil. They can't. Well, of course, some poor people are evil too, right? It's not like the rich have a lock on evil. They just have more opportunity to take advantage of it.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Money is the root of all evil, but it's not a shoo-in that you're evil if you have it.
Yeah, but I've seen movies where they've got bases and they've got henchmen.
Yeah, that's true.
And
that's true.
All D5 guys.
And ships that can with submarines and stuff, right? I've seen that.
Need help back here at D5.
UAV. They'll transport.
I'm getting there.
Strike online.
I'm big and slow, but I'm getting there.
D5, C5.
Target spotted.
Shoot down the UAV, transport.
Critical.
Target spotted.
Come on, Charlie. Come on back up here again. Or I'll come to you. I'm just that kind of guy.
Artillery strike online.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
You got an D6 long range sniping. Just be careful when you're going over the top.
We can't let them take control.
Target spotted.
Heat level critical. Artillery strike online.
Target spotted.
Annihilated Charlie 4, India.
Oh, I can't go that low. There we go.
Oh, I'm playing terribly today. Oh well. Just Really bad. Really, really dumb.
Dum-de-dum-dum.
Yes, it happened.
Is there somebody behind me?
Like every 3
I would
days.
not like that. If there is.
I mean, we all do make bad luck choice once in a while, so
I fall
it's
down.
okay.
At least I killed something this time.
Center torso, critical damage. Left torso, critical damage.
Ouch.
I love how people are
Ouch.
opposed to taxes. That's
Oh, I'm stuck on something. I hate when that happens.
Critical damage.
Where'd you go? Where'd you go? There you are.
Critical damage. Artillery strike online.
I mean, everybody
target
says that
acquired.
these big businesses are
Right
so
arm,
evil
Critical damage.
and plastic bad, you know, all this stuff.
Left torso destroyed.
Ow.
Well, my thing, and most of these people saying this are the ones supporting these massive corporations and all these evil things. And I'm seeing them walking around with their iPhones, drinking their $6
Starbucks?
or $11 lattes from Starbucks.
Don't go after
you
Starbucks.
know.
Jessica works there.
And oh yeah, let's not forget they're having McDonald's all the time.
Crackdonald's. Did you say Crackdonald's?
I think you have to distinguish bad acts, which
Yeah.
which certainly some larger corporations over the decades have tried to get away with that have been
Certainly.
heinous, and just the generalized social media nonsense that people love to grab hold of and give it a megaphone. I mean, I know the sentiment you're talking about, Gunfighter, but it's not as if
That's like a few years ago. They were up there in New York. What they call that? Occupy Wall Streeters happy crap. And how they're so evil. Except all these morons running around up there are the ones with all this corporate crap that they're wearing. You know, their Nikes, etc., etc. You know, they're paying $300 for their tennis shoes and all this happy crap.
Yeah, but Occupy Wall Street wasn't like, I think the message of Occupy Wall Street has been kind of twisted. There's the reasons why people turned up there weren't specifically the reasons that they got demonized for. I mean, like, let's face it, when you get a bit of distance between an event and now, let's say, the meaning sort of gets diluted, and so you just get to this soup of generalization, like, which is, I don't know, the way I kind of feel like the way you're expressing it now. I mean, I'm not an American, so I don't really care too much, but
Wait till they have Occupy Kangaroo
like,
Beach.
for example, one of the things that Occupy Wall Street, as I understand it, was the dominance of Wall Street. And lo and behold, in 2009, you know, we had the repercussions of that, didn't we? We had this system of investment that led to a global meltdown. So it's not as if they didn't have a point to make there, but I do take your point. There's this is kind of like being kind of like what do you call it? Protesting for the sake of protesting, just to look good, and as a social thing, and meanwhile you're wearing Nike shoes and, you know, you're eating in McDonald's. Like, I understand the sentiment you're trying to say, but I think that's the diluted message of what they were really on about. It's kind of like what it became to mean by a whole lot of people that are anti them, as opposed to really understanding what they were there about. And I don't really think they had a coherent message anyway. I think there's a bunch of people that turned up to Occupy Wall Street with different ideas of what they wanted to express, and so it sort of became this soup.
And well, like these people that were protesting in the U.S. about fascist and stuff. I'm sorry, the ones that said they were anti-fascist or the actual fascists. You know, they're the ones stifling free speech. They're the ones attacking people that have a different opinion.
Yeah, the far left and the far right really use the same tactics, don't they? They really, these extremists on either side tend to, they're calling everyone out on stuff, but they seem to be using the same tactics as the people that that they say are really bad. You do get that. It's like, there really isn't a line, a scale. It's more like a circle, and these extremes meet at the same point.
It's like a mirror. One's a black mirror, one's a white mirror, and you look on the other side, and one's a white mirror and a black mirror.
I'm a believer in free speech. You understand? I don't. And if you want to protest, fine. Protest all you want. Just don't riot, loot, and then try to tell me that it's a peaceful protest.
Yeah.
Don't beat and murder.
But just remember though, Gunfighter, there are people who are making a point who didn't do those things, and there were people who were doing those things. And because of the people who were doing those things, those more extreme things, and there seemed to be a report of a lot of them, by the way, I understand what you're saying.
Okay.
It seems like when you lose the original message, for example, Black Lives Matter is a perfect one, where, yeah, they were upset that there's a disproportionate amount of people supposedly in the stats and in their lives they felt discriminated against. Okay, got it. And then there were people who used that message to one profit, like the people who actually had the official Black Lives Matter organization.
Oh, you mean?
And then there were people who were writing
terrorist. That
I'm not going to
Black
use.
Lives Matter.
I'm not going to use your same coloring.
She was an actual terrorist. She was an actual terrorist. She blew up a federal building, and Bill Clinton released her because she was a black gal.
Yeah, but Gunfighter, the way you talk about it is if they're all, and all the people that were involved were all the same. Like you're taking.
Did I say all?
A fraction.
Did
the
I
way
say
you
all?
express, Gunfighter, the way you express yourself is you hone in on that group, which is the most extreme, as opposed to going back to what the bulk of them were on about.
You mean all gun owners are evil?
That's right.
Guns are evil. Guns should be banned. Blah blah blah. You only hone in on those that do the actual evil. You're only honing in on a small portion of them.
You're just making my point for me. That's what I'm trying to say. Is that in America?
That's exactly what you're saying. You don't like it, so I'm honing in on the evil. I'm not. I never said all.
Gunfighter, I'm not saying anything.
People who did this.
Gunfighter, you seem to be placing me on a certain side in this discussion. Like because I'm having just pointing out some things.
I'm agreeing with you. Not everybody does it.
Yes. Okay, good.
But I'm just stating the facts. Okay.
But some people did do it.
You're stating.
Drax's point is the brush sounded wide, as though everybody there was involved.
I was part of a
in
group that was defending the actual protesters against the looters, the rioters, and the police.
Gunfighter, all I'm trying to say to you is that when you talk, mostly you seem to hone in on the point you're trying to make, which is more the radical extremist side of the argument, as opposed to just the bulk of where people sit, which is, I don't think generally people would like to see police harassment of a certain portion of the population. Like, I don't think that's a good thing, and I don't think anyone would think that's a good thing. That's my only point, is that you have a tendency in this forum to hone in on this kind of
and apparently
section.
People say, hey, what I'm saying, the facts of the matter, that they say police harassment, etc. And if you look at the number of actual encounters per capita, you'll see that group or whatnot is actually a lot less likely to get harassed than the rest of the population.
Well, do you have?
We're talking about the
do you
number
have
of
stats
calls.
to show me?
We're talking about the number of calls per.
Sensors on.
Do you have examples of those stats?
Yeah.
You don't need to do it now. But if you want to send me that
They're
stuff, I'm happy to look at
FBI
it.
files.
I'm happy to.
FBI and other places have this stuff.
If you could send me a link, I'm happy to look at that stuff. I'd be grateful to look at that stuff.
Well, I'll have to look it up.
Sure, just message me in Discord when you've found some things.
But basically, a white guy has 8 times more chance to get shot dead by a cop than a person of color per encounter. Notice I'm saying per encounter.
Okay.
Is that just because usually people get shot by police at night and the white person's much more easy to target? Sorry, I just had to.
Well,
I just had to go
No,
there.
I wouldn't say that, but it could be.
Sorry.
Actually, it's more because the cop's afraid of losing
That's
his
dark.
life and just
That's
his
dark even
career
for
and
Dark
having his
Marauder.
family,
That's very dark.
It is dark. I just couldn't help it.
I think I might have to put you as one of those.
It's oh so dark.
I think dark humor. Yeah. There's one dark humor.
It's very dark humor. For a very dark streamer.
Oh wow.
I don't want to ever hear anything about any of my cursing mishaps ever again after what was just said.
What? That wasn't. I didn't curse.
There's a lot.
I was making an optical observation. Crossing.
I mean, you guys could just cross down to D3 and box them in.
I've done my job. I'm not going anywhere near them.
Hopefully I can get over here. Yep.
Webscale, just be careful, mate. You're there alone.
Well, doing something instead of sitting back doing nothing.
Yeah, I did something and it cost me almost half my armor.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
I'm all by myself over here. Run away. Run and hide.
I know, it's crazy. I got like so much damage just doing that UAV. Oh, let me get some damage in. Got my revenge.
Nice.
Let's not get boxed in here, guys. Like, we box them in, but don't box ourselves in. They're going to start rotating in 4.
Target destroyed.
Good kill.
You're going to have to start going back into D4,
I got a
guys.
little flea or something behind me.
Guys in D3, if you want to hop over to D4, don't box ourselves in.
Target spotted.
Yeah, we've already got lights behind you.
UAV at 4.
Target acquired.
We've got lights behind us back in D3, by the way.
Captured.
Target spotted.
Target destroyed.
Assaults in D3, you've got to have 2 lights in your ass soon.
Artillery strike online. Target acquired.
Huntsman, Alpha.
Being captured.
Got a light on me. Please take him off. Thank you.
I have 4 lights on me. They're
That's
everywhere.
you shall receive.
Target spotted.
I think they had a whole lance of lights.
Wish I could get up here to kill these guys. Need a ramp. Or some jump jets. Some little jumpy jumpies. Maybe this will work.
Down the D4 valley.
That involuntary stink drop was fun. Good luck, guys.
Hey, thanks. Is that Minion? Yeah, it sounded like Minion.
Yep, that's me.
Oh, I just can't get up here.
4 lights.
Target destroyed.
Can't get around anything. I'm just going to miss the whole match now.
Target spotted.
Okay, so lights in D3.
Target spotted.
Oh my gosh. There we go, finally. Is the game over now? Did I miss
I got
something?
all the lights on me.
2 lights on a worm skull.
Went way down there for no good reason.
No, stupid.
So it's 2 lights.
2 fleas and an Irby. Or an Arctic cheetah.
Need assistance. Sorry. Target spotted.
That's radius tearing us apart.
I'm late, dude. Irby in the valley.
Target acquired.
By himself, Irby in the valley.
Need assistance.
I wish if you have a mech you've never ran before, that they would sell it for what the cost to buy it is. That'd be nice.
Target spotted.
Oh, Drax.
Yeah, I've seen it. I'm looking at it now. Wow.
Yeah, I sent you a link to your personal there.
These lights are doing a great job
I've
here.
got it. I'm looking at it.
That's the FBI's page, so you can actually check out use of force, etc., etc.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
It's got all. That's where it's all broke down at.
Destroyed.
Yeah.
Great work, guys.
But I mean, you'd be amazed at the actual numbers versus what
the rhetoric is.
Media says.
Yeah. Oh, well, it wouldn't surprise me.
Don't get me wrong. 30 years ago, there was an issue.
Oh, we won! Nice.
We won.
Wormskull got beaten up. He had 2 fleas on him like the whole
Lights
lot.
came in at the end there.
Oh man.
Yeah, I tried to get there and I was shooting some of the fleas, but I got legged.
Hey, Crimson.
Did you say the fleas legged a flea?
Yeah, they legged me. It was very nice.
But no, like I was saying, if you're going 30 years back or 40 years back, there's actually an issue there, you know.
Okay. I'm not going to look at it now, but I will look at it later. It's actually quite...
Oh, there's a lot to take in.
Yeah, and I don't know...
It's a big thing.
It is huge, isn't it? It's nice that you can actually produce this data, though.
That's like when Obama did his... had the research done on actual defensive use of firearms.
Minion, I'll do a countdown if you want to try to sync again. If you're ready.
It was ridiculously how the defensive use of firearms so overwhelmingly obliterates any of the evil person with gun thing.
Oh, I think though...
3,
You know, the thing that's
2,
like not being an American,
1,
but seeing
drop.
what the news was reporting, though, seeing like the strangulation tactics that were being used when the guy was on the ground. Now, I'm not a police officer, and I've never had to be in that situation, but there was. I remember seeing one of the recent guys who died, and I understand that it came out. Yeah, like, but that wasn't the only one. There were people previously to him, so that kind of stuff. I know it's sensational, and it does raise the alarms, and it does set people off, and it did.
And
like,
it's horrible.
Yeah, and it's like the training of some of those officers needed
Also,
to be
if they
done.
don't do it, the guys break free and.
Well, they don't have to retain. They don't have to keep their knee on their neck all that time.
Hey, Drax.
You cuff him.
I got one for you.
If you have to restrain his feet, fine. You know, there's lots of things you can do besides putting your knee on his neck.
Yeah, and that's
for protracted
that kind of
periods
footage
time.
was the footage that
Now stop. Hey,
set people off.
all of you non-combatants, stop.
Oh, here we go. The expert.
You have no clue what's going on, and yet I'm serious. You've got no clue what's going on.
Okay.
You've never been in a battle. You've never been in a fight.
Uh-huh.
And you've never had to try and restrain anyone.
Oh, really?
Someone high on drugs.
I've never had to do that. Is that right?
You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of, I'm going to say, he should have stood on his neck. He should have been on his spine, on his back.
Gunfighter, you don't know anything about
that
me.
situation at all anyway.
So that's all.
Gunfighter, you don't know anything about me, dude.
You
don't know what I've done. So you make this announcement, all you non-combatants, stop. You have never done this. You have never done that. You assume it.
That you're correct.
Assuming it.
And you know why I assume it?
It doesn't matter.
Because the way you're like, oh yeah, it's awful, and blah blah. It's like training and stuff. It's like, really?
That's not what I said. Go back and listen to what I said
was awful
in the recording. Go back to everything I said. I said, I've never done this, I've never done that. I did preface what I was saying.
Right.
But in terms of when you went for, which is I've never had to restrain anyone, I've never had to restrain anyone on drugs, you don't know that about me.
That's true.
So I'm just pointing out that there are assumptions here. You're accusing us of making some assumptions, but there are also some assumptions.
I'm guilty. I admit.
Yeah. We're all guilty.
I own it.
What I'm talking about is there is a sensationalism of the media, right? And when you look at that footage, it does cause outrage because it does. Like the neck embrace, the neck lock whilst he's on the ground. That even the way it gets reported and the way it looks, it's terrible. It seems excessive. And it did lead to the person's death.
No, it did not lead to his death.
Well, I think
it was determined that his overdose led to his death.
Right.
Solely?
Not the strangulation.
Not the strangulation?
Which one are you talking about?
George Floyd is the key.
He wasn't
focus
strangled
here.
at all.
Yeah, you can't yell.
Yes, it was on his neck. Yes, it's annoying, but that wasn't strangulation. His airway wasn't compressed.
What was the court ruling on that?
He died of an overdose.
Fentanyl.
Yeah, I know he was high as a kite, but I didn't.
Yeah, I know he was on drugs.
Yeah.
The overdose killed him. It wasn't the cop that did it. And granted, being held down like that does make it harder to breathe. I've been choked out. I know what it's like. I've been stepped on, all kinds of things.
Yeah,
I understand what it is.
I've been choked out. It's not very nice.
I mean, if you understand what I'm saying, it's like you said, it's sensationalized, and it's made to show.
So what actually happened to the officers? Did they go to jail for anything?
One's going to jail, and the other three I don't think have been sentenced yet.
And so why is that going to jail? Why is that guy going to jail if he
because of his consistent overuse of
artillery strike
overuse of force.
So there was overuse. So hang on, let me get this right. Your courts found that he did overuse force. He
has a pattern of abuse and overuse of force. Yes.
And so
now hang on.
So he should be off the force. That's easy, right? He shouldn't be there.
But I'm saying, why was he charged and what was he found guilty of?
I'm going to go look here in a minute because some of this.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go look too.
Because
it seems like I thought he was charged just for the George Floyd incident. That's what they were being charged.
That's
for.
what the charges were over. But
so
seeing as he has a pattern of it, you understand the difference. You understand what we're saying.
No, I don't. I don't understand it. So I understand
it's not a one-time thing.
Yeah, but
it shouldn't be
in Australia,
it should be a zero-time thing.
In Australia, when you go to court, you're faced with specific charges to do with an incident. So that incident is what leads to your guilty or innocence. Now, I understand this man has a pattern of using excessive force, but that's not what is that what he was actually being charged with?
No.
Or was he charged with manslaughter?
Yeah,
murder?
I think so. We'll find out when we get out. I don't think he was charged with pattern. I think the truth is he had a pattern of excessive force, and he shouldn't have been on the force at all, but you can't get rid of them sometimes is part of the problem.
We got Annihilator coming over here.
But I think he was charged. The headlines that I see, and I did a search before I could actually get out for, when I got in the game, and I couldn't really see what they were. Just the headlines here say that the heart disease and the drug contributed to his death. But then there's some others that talk about excessive force. So the excessive force is probably what he's being charged with.
Right.
And you could say, well, it all came together to make a perfect storm of death. But I just don't think excessive force gets to be considered okay. I think that required force counts. That's what it takes. And sometimes that turns into somebody dying. But excessive force, I'm not okay with. I don't think most Americans are okay with American citizens dying while being arrested, if possible.
No,
right? And sometimes accidents happen, or sometimes things happen. But if this guy's got a history of having those things happen, then that's a problem. I'm dead, talking and trying to.
Now, I want you to answer me this: how many times have you seen what happens when the cops go easy on somebody and they reach in their vehicle, pull out a weapon, and kill and murder the cops.
Yeah, it happens.
How many times have you seen that on the media?
Yeah, Gunfighter, you seem to be wanting to make like no one here is saying they don't. Well, I'm certainly not saying we don't want cops, and we appreciate that they.
I'm not saying
violence.
that. What I'm saying is, what may look like excessive or something actually
It's
isn't.
not. It doesn't depend on what it looks like. It's whether it is or isn't. Like there's a manual. The police have a manual, don't they, where they talk about these sorts of things.
Yeah. So here's one. This is NBC News, and this says medical examiner who ruled George Floyd's death a homicide blames police pressure for his death. My opinion remains unchanged, said Dr. Andrew Baker, who ruled George Floyd's death a homicide. It's what I put on the death certificate last June. That's not necessarily the court ruling. Let's find the court ruling. Forensic pathologist, law enforcement testifies, saying law enforcement action caused George Floyd's death. But I don't know what the final court ruling is, because that's just somebody's testimony, right? They might have had...
Yeah.
Under cross-examination, Baker agreed that Nelson's statement that Floyd's heart disease, narrowed arteries, and drug use played a role in Floyd's death, but he testified that those things did not directly cause him to die. Mr. Floyd used fentanyl, his use of fentanyl did not cause the subdual or neck restraint. His heart disease did not cause the subdual or neck restraint. Let's see down with the... I don't see where the final thing is here. For the first time I see it that doesn't really tell us. Maybe somebody else can find it while I'm trying to... Because I don't remember what the final verdict was of the... Floyd's death has been ruled a homicide. So there's the ruling.
Ultra autocannon ammo at 20.
Postmortem nasal swab diagnosis. Of course, because of positive results of coronavirus, he also had coronavirus. I'm surprised that...
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I'm surprised that some people didn't want him to be dead just because he was not wearing a mask. Honestly, people say that.
The real reason he was pulled over.
Yeah.
The real reason.
He deserved to die because he wasn't wearing a mask. He put the whole world in danger. I think just for...
Actually, I think they said... I mean, I look at it this way. It's ridiculous that the man died for what they come after. Apparently, he passed a counterfeit 20.
Yeah. 3 other officers at the scene were charged for the first time on Wednesday with aiding and abetting second-degree murder and second-degree manslaughter. So it was unintentional murder is what the main guy was charged with, who was in charge. Second-degree murder and second-degree manslaughter. And the other guys were charged with aiding and abetting because they didn't stop him.
What do you do?
And think about the guy who was there. It was his second week, right? And he was like, "What's going on?" And he said, "Hey, I don't think he can breathe. Hey, I don't think he can breathe." And what do? Right? It's your second week, and you're being trained by this guy. He must feel horrible.
Yeah. And that's on his record.
Yeah.
All right, boys. I got to go. Drop me from group. I got to go fish this pasta. Thank you very much for the chat. Thank you very much for the drops.
Well, come back later so I can tell you my story.
Have fun. Hey.
I'll have a look at those
I don't
stats,
mean
by the way.
to be crazy about this stuff, but you know.
Well, the thing about talking with Americans is that there's definitely a polarization that's happened in your culture, and so when you feel like you're talking to someone on the left, you get a certain conversation, and you feel like you're talking to someone on the right, and they get a conversation. But the truth is, I don't really truly believe in a left and a right. I believe that just because I believe in this opinion on this matter doesn't mean I believe in that opinion on that matter. But it seems like you're constantly
I'm trying to
constantly
apologize
put in a
to
box
you because
you're constantly put in.
I'm saying I was out of line.
Yeah, I get it. Well, thank you. But it's like you're constantly put in a box. Oh, you believe in that, so you must be left. Or you believe in that, you must be right. No, I believe in all sorts of things. All right, Dark. So I will come back in half an hour.
Well, not even that long, probably. So whenever you get done with dinner.
Right. See ya.
All right. Bye.
I'll see you around. See you again. Bye.
Enjoy.
I got Minion. I got a slot here if you want it.
Yeah, sure, if you're still running.
Yeah, I'll do a few more. Crimson, are you dropping?
Nope.
Okay. Then we got... I lost Hellbringer.
I think it's around. I get him.
Re-invite sent to Hellbringer.
I'm not on anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, here we go then. Ready up, please.
One moment. I was just throwing on some more skill points.
All right.
Likewise.
2 fleas and Irby walk into a canyon network. None survive. If you want things to change, it'll change yourself first. Uh-oh, that sounds suspiciously like Jordan Peterson. Not true, I have. And it hasn't changed. Your world can change quite a bit if you change yourself, however, and that may affect other people, which may ultimately affect the world. So I still think it's decent advice. Here we go. Hey, Kakaya. Jury found Chauvin guilty of all charges, including second-degree and unintentional murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter. Okay, so I missed the third-degree murder. Thanks, Joe Creek. The fentanyl is an opioid drug, causes respiratory depression that can be lethal. Getting choked will make you you circle the drain to death faster. Yeah, sadly, that's probably true. I stay away from drugs. Tylenol is pretty much the stiffest. Well, sometimes I've had NyQuil, I have to admit. I've never taken drugs recreationally or otherwise, other than just if it's been prescribed or, cold thing. I always thought I kind of want to be lucid. That's not why I don't drink. I don't drink because I don't like the flavor of alcohol in pretty much any form. So 2 different reasons why I avoid drugs. One's flavor, taste.
I only drink certain alcohols,
Well, Jennifer likes wine, and she'll have it with dinner, or usually not with dinner because she gets headaches from the salicylates in most wines. But sometimes she'll have it like if we have a late lunch, like at 2 or 3 in the afternoon, she'll have a glass of wine. But she can only have certain wines, actually.
I mean, when I was a young Marine, I was doing the hard stuff.
Yeah.
Because, somebody told me that if you drink enough, you forget things.
Which is...
It didn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't. It temporarily might, but not really. So your uncle was a drug dealer when you were growing up? Wow.
That's kind of nuts.
Yeah.
They're out there.
Well, I know, and they've got to be uncles, right?
Everybody has to make their way the way they see fit, right?
So, was it because of that you never did drugs, Kakaya? I always just thought I saw friends of mine. None of my close friends did drugs, but I saw lots of my peers doing drugs, and I watched the results, and the results were not things that I really wanted in my life. Same thing with drinking too much. It's like I don't want that in my life. It was a very logical weighing of the benefits and pros and cons. It's like there's some pros of fun and pros of whatever, but look at the cons.
Yeah.
I don't know any of them that were happier because of it.
There's abuse.
What's that?
The only time I ever tried it was a couple years ago on vacation. It was just a special gummy, but man, it didn't really do nothing other than give me the best sleep I've had in a long time.
Right. I don't think Jennifer can have any kind of marijuana stuff. It makes her, she's tried some medicinal things for pain or for sleeping. And It makes her get jittery and shaky, makes her heart race. She just can't do it. She can't have regular painkillers like from the hospital when she would have surgery. They'd put her on some sort of codeine or something like that. That's an opiate. And she couldn't have that. It would keep her awake, and it would make her feel like her skin is covered with insects. So she just couldn't. She'd get off all the painkillers other than Tylenol or something as quickly as she could. So it does affect different people different ways, of course. And she's definitely an oddball in those things.
Oh yeah, no mask on this shit.
That's like morphine. It doesn't take away my pain. It just makes me stupid and not care.
Oh, right. Yeah, she can't have morphine either. Does the same thing to her.
No, Minion.
It's not Minion's fault. I was there. I saw what happened, and it wasn't his fault. Not completely.
Is he sniping?
Well,
What I missed?
it might have been his fault, but I'm not going to admit that in front of everybody.
Because if you're sniping, then I won't use your ECM. But if you aren't, then I'll walk with you.
Minion did it completely. I saw him do it.
I'll hold your hand.
I don't have ECM. I have AMS.
Who had ECM?
Looks like Bug Eater, looking at his name.
Bug Eater.
It's the guys with the word ECM after their icon. Next to that
Chomping
ball.
all those beetles. Bug Eater. Where are they? Where are the bad guys?
Since I got a Marauder 4L, he's got ECM.
I can't hit anybody from here. I don't think I want to be this far away.
Target acquired. Heat level critical.
You're like going low ground. Oh, I got jump cuts. I can drop down.
I can't shoot anybody from here. Yet they can shoot me. I'm going to go with the Cyclops. That'd be Gunfighter. I'm with you. I'm your 6. Oh, keep moving. Whoa, they're all down there, aren't they?
Target spotted. Target spotted.
We got assault max coming in F6. Whoa.
Affirmative. Need assistance. Target spotted.
Artillery strike online. Heat level critical.
We're not in a good spot here, are we? Anybody down here to shoot? Not really. We going up?
Back here, Fox on 4.
You see Charlie?
Yeah,
You
it's
see
just
Charlie?
5 low.
You see Charlie? That's where everybody moves now. Everybody to Charlie, because they got too many snipers up in Echo 7. They got like 4 snipers, so let's push this low ground. They can't do fuck all.
Watch your right side there, yeah. Coming to help.
Don't back up, just push through.
Coming in.
Oh.
Oh crap, you just walked right into my fire.
That's why I was saying I was coming in. It's alright.
Left arm critical damage.
Fuck him up.
Left arm destroyed.
There, like that.
Left torso destroyed. Heat sink destroyed.
I'm dead. Ah. Going in for the kill, and it got killed. But I got the kill. I think Gunfighter did most of the work on it, though.
Yeah, I fall down.
Was also...
I think I did more damage to you than the enemy did. You walked into two double tap AC 20 Ultra 20s.
Paramedic for many, many years. I saw more things there too, and saved people who would have died from due to drug overdoses. Yeah.
There is a Jenner still in Foxtrot 5-6, killing people by shooting them in the back.
The nerve. He must be dealt with harshly.
He's killed me and 3 other people.
I think he got me.
You talking about that little Herbie?
No,
Jen.
SRM, Jenner.
He seems to be missing an arm now. Oh, he's missing 2 arms.
Target acquired. Target acquired.
Run, little mech, run. I think we're going to lose.
He's still a violent threat. Mitchell's got SRMs and lasers.
Hellbringer, I'll give you an invite, yeah.
25%. Do not
Yeah, I'm so glad I'm not streaming right now, because I'd probably get fucking banned.
Warning incoming.
I had to mute you on my stream just now.
Critical damage. Warning incoming missile. Left torso destroyed.
I don't know who he was, though, so I can't really mute him. Who was that said that so I can mute him?
I don't know.
Oh, well.
I was busy getting jumped on by half their team.
Yeah. That's the pain part.
Your efforts here have been seriously disappointing. The enemy is victorious.
Thanks for the drop, guys. Venshu? Alright. Thanks, Kai. Too late now to worry about it, but
Oh, it says I did 41 team damage to you, Dark.
to me, oh, that's nothing.
That guy doing all the griping didn't do no damage.
Well, the bad part of it was I hit you in the back both times.
That's alright.
Don't do that.
The next guy got me, finished me off for you. You softened me up, and then he took the kill shot.
Yeah,
I
hey,
should've-
at least you finished off that.
I should have given you
Mad
more
Gap.
warning, though, that I just said I'm coming in thinking that you would know what that meant, but I should have said I'm going to come in to your line of fire or something, so you knew I was coming across there.
You have any
Well, if you come on the other side, that AC-20 wouldn't have hit you.
So I couldn't get to that side, though. I would have had to go back. Had to go around behind you in order to do that.
Yeah, I know.
I was using that
Oopsie.
block of rock to for shade from the glaring laser sun. And once I was going to try to take over for you, so you wouldn't have to go toe to toe with him the whole time, and trade back and forth on him.
Yeah, but I think I was having the better deal on that trade. You know.
Yeah, definitely, but still, it's taking away some armor. It's always two against one's better than 1v1.
And apparently, you got that LRM guy behind you that was just sending LRMs all over you. You took over that for me.
I tell you, those LRM guys.
Oh, hold on, we're 10 over. I'm gonna drop. I'll drop.
I was going. I was trying to find a lighter one.
Huh? I can drop.
I was just trying to find a
I can
one.
drop some tonnage. No big. There, all better now.
All right, here we go.
What?
And in case everybody's sinking, 3, 2, 1, launch. What, Crimson? What?
This is not. Nah, just this game I'm playing. The outcome is so unpredictable.
Van, there's nothing wrong with LRMs. They just want to give you hugs. Long distance, 1,000-yard out hugs.
The jokes is if you have line of sight and are closer, they do better. Everybody tries to use max range on them.
Well, sure,
Well,
and
if the
they impact faster, but then you're within the range of your enemy, too. Good night, Kakaya. The deal with LRMs is if you can shoot them and get most of your shots on target without getting shot back, that's better. It's always better. If you have to get into 600 meters and they can shoot you, or 300 meters and they can shoot you while you're shooting them, that's not better. That's never better. Unless you've got a target that can't shoot you.
Well, that's why you go with the big boys, right?
Roll with the big boys.
And you hide behind big boys at 300 meters.
Hide behind
and you
big
just
boys.
launch over the big boys.
Yeah. As long as they're...
You use them for cover while you're sending.
Sure. That works totally fine.
You know, mobile cover.
Yeah, you don't want to be the focus of attention when you're in their range, though, because they won't like you.
Oh, goodness, no.
They'll just reach
Especially
out.
since you have to get a lock on them.
Right, and they can fire at will.
I mean, you can fire, but your missiles just ain't going to do nothing. And if you get too close with IS, your missiles ain't going to do
They
nothing.
actually won't do anything, yeah.
ATMs, they don't do nothing.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Tomorrow night's Mechwarrior 5, by the way, Valen. Mechwarrior 5 tomorrow night. Be there, be square, or I'll go broke.
We should buy some insurance.
Oh yeah, I finally got it to work. You know.
Oh, you
for
did?
my campaign on Mechwarrior, those mods.
Good.
Yeah, campaign went ahead and worked after some more finagling.
Online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Drax just charges out ahead, Valen. It's not like you can hold him back. It's like you don't leave your stallion in the barn when you go to the races. Is that what they say? That's what McCoy said to Spock. I need to watch those movies again. I liked those movies. I like Star Trek movies.
I saw they're coming out the new one.
Yeah, they may not have bones in it or something. I saw something about that. I'm not sure. Ooh, Minions in the Annihilator.
Oh, I like that skull and crown and horns. Of course, there for a minute I thought you were a Taurian.
A Taurian? What's a Taurian?
With the bull's head.
Oh. Oh, I'm getting sleepy.
Oh, Dark, did you get a chance to look up the Mackie?
No, I forgot about it. I was too tired to think about it. And if it's giant, if it's just a 100-ton urban mech, I'm not that interested in it. Actually, I would never want one. Although I do want to try that 4 light PPC urban mech.
Just 3, yeah.
No, somebody was driving a 4 light PPC with ECM.
Yeah.
Wait, you said a 100-ton trash can?
That trash can?
Yeah, he was tearing it up.
Oh yeah, he ripped new tailpipe.
Did he get 4 kills or 5? He got kills, lots of them.
Target spotted.
I ain't sure. I know he had at least 4.
You don't want to use the 4th one on.
They got firing line.
Target acquired.
We got to rotate around.
Well, I'm rotating.
This guy just took a bunch of my armor off, and I did not like it.
Yeah, same here.
I mean, we're NASCARing again, right?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
So we have to.
I feel like I need to put a racing stripe on my mech just so I can keep up with everybody.
Target spotted.
I mean, unless you want to fight across open ground against a firing line.
No, I don't. I just feel like a better paint job would be more fitting for the type of play style that everybody does usually, right?
They have a racing.
Here they come.
Well, you mean the NASCAR?
Yeah.
Target spotted.
Looks like most of them might be F7. About to get a UAV.
Left torso critical damage. Artillery strike online.
Target spotted.
Artillery strike activated. Right torso critical damage.
Ouch.
Think destroyed.
Target spotted.
Put an arty strike right where they didn't want it.
They got a lot of LRMs.
That was stupid. I hate small mechs. I'm not a light pilot.
Heat level critical.
Uh-oh, that crab's coming up for me.
Right torso destroyed. Right arm destroyed. Center torso critical damage.
Yow!
Large laser
Red smoke, get away.
Heat sink destroyed. New target acquired.
Ow! I am too close to the action. Time for me to duck out. Dead. Didn't make it. Trying to bug out. Leg him. Leg Drax. That's a great idea. We should start legging him. Either that, or maybe you could sneak in and take the engines out of all of his mechs, so that when he gets in, he can't go so fast. He has to get out and push it. I mean, he's used to that play now, that style.
You know the
Uh-oh, Drax heard me.
How you proper Italian pasta.
Wait, I just heard proper Italian pasta and something about the problem.
Do you know the problem with buying proper Italian pasta in a packet?
It's dry and you have to cook it longer than you should have to.
Acquired.
There's nothing in English.
Oh, it's actually Italian pasta from like Italy? Or do they just print it in a foreign language and tell you it's Italian? It could be Korean or Chinese or anything. You don't know.
Look, I'm gullible, I admit it. But I have no idea how long to cook this pasta for. It's really thick.
You just cook it until it's al dente.
What kind of pasta are you cooking?
It's called Grand Italiana.
Check it at 7 minutes. Give it another minute if it's not quite done enough. Is it
Molavina? Zita Campagna number 8.
Is it like a pasta? Is it like a spaghetti noodle or what?
It's a thick, like imagine a spaghetti, tubular, big.
Oh, it's hollow.
And hollow.
Oh, you're gonna have to cook that. I don't know how long that's gonna take. You're just gonna have to check it now and then.
How long before we have to have this amazing conversation? I reckon it's about Cody. Is it about Cody?
Sure.
You're not going to tell
me.
me.
No, I'm not.
Well, how long do I have to... Because I need to get to my
Okay,
pasta,
I'll do one more drop and then we'll do it.
I'll be back in 5.
All right.
Yep.
Oh, excuse me. Pardon me.
40 tons free if anyone wants to change up.
I'm good in this thing. I'm not good in it, but I'm going to stay in it. We're getting some tough matches tonight.
50 tons free.
Must be Mother's Day. 10 tons free. Now. Somebody tonned up.
We used 10 tons for some big giant cake.
Giant cake. 10-ton cake. That's a lot of cake.
Got my Nova Cat Lerm Lord, so give me some locks.
Give me some locks. Lock me, baby. Lock me. Here we go. 3. I don't think anybody's sinking. Hey, Brios. 3. This is my last drop. 3, 2, 1, drop. Tomorrow is Mechwarrior 5 night, Brios. Playing Mechwarrior 5 on Monday nights. It's a little bit crazy. Mostly I lose money because Drax destroys everything he gets into, including his own mech. It's been a good stream, but not a good set of matches. We're getting hammered a lot of times, just crunched.
Yeah, try it without without real pilots.
Are we real pilots?
Well, compared to the AIs that the game gives you.
Oh, yeah, I don't want to try it without real pilots.
I mean, I'm running a campaign now
Yeah.
with, you know, once I got it to work. But man, these pilots I get,
They're duh heads, aren't they?
They're worse. They're worse than me.
They're worse than me.
I have to give them all my big mechs, and I have to run the lights, otherwise I get killed all the time.
They do have an add-on that you can get that gets you more money for each contract.
Oh well, you can actually just hit a difficulty level to do that.
But you get more on those too, so you get more than you would normally. Makes it a little easier to stay afloat.
I mean, I'm not worried about that because I usually don't go due to money anyway. I do. Salvage.
Wraithnon. Here, I'll cancel and we'll try to sync with you. Hang on. Oops, too late. Sorry. Right where you click the drop, the launch, there's usually a little down arrow you can click and lets you pick North American or Pacific servers, whatever you want to pick. There's 3 different servers you can pick.
You guys are brawlers.
And we're always dropping North American servers just because I'm in North America and I'm selfish, but also because then at least we're all on the same server when we're trying to drop. Does nothing when you click that? I'll look when I get out if I remember.
If you're in a group or something.
If you're in a group, it works.
Already?
Maybe when you're pug dropping, it doesn't. I'm not certain.
Well, you have to drop. You can't set it in. If you're in a group, only the leader can set it.
Yeah, but I think they're trying to sync drop with us.
Pug dropping, it usually.
Oh,
works.
Hellbringer says you have to restart the game. Sometimes that option bugs out.
Oh, okay.
You keep getting
That makes
oceanic.
sense.
Yeah.
There's a lot of features in this game.
There's a lot of features that are spectacularly different than what maybe you would expect. The other
So Hellbringer, what are you running in that? LRMs, ATMs, or
Uh-oh, somebody just made a bad life choice.
LRMs? Okay.
Wraithnon, I hope that wasn't you making a bad life choice, was it? Sorry about the yawning. Oh, yeah, you made a bad life choice, buddy. I recommend you unfollow it while you still have the emotional and moral strength to just say no to Ghostlands. But if you don't, welcome to the bad life choice
What's going on, people?
that helps you maybe get on a road to improvement. You know, when you hit rock bottom like you just have now, you can only go up. And we're here to help you do that.
How about we counter NASCAR?
What?
Do something
What?
different.
You got the 6 LRMs in that one, Worm?
Yep,
No one will
6
believe you
15.
really mean that, but I think it's a great idea.
So we're gonna focus fire?
Sure.
Alright. That'd be 12 LRM 15s raining down. That's what they said.
All right, Doc, I'm back.
All right, counter NASCAR. That would be left.
Did you do a second job?
You know,
It's
have you ever heard
counterclockwise,
I might have.
not clockwise.
It's fun to play to the left.
Artillery strike online.
I don't think our team's even going to get together before they start being shot at.
Oh, dude, we're as murder ball as most pugs ever get.
Spread out over
I'm gonna walk
1,000
a
meters.
long way around to the
Murder
base.
ball.
Oh, dude, that's tight.
It's more like a murder cloud or murder mist.
Looks like we are already into it.
Yep.
Fuck this shit. I'm gonna push up through I-7. Fuck that. Let's do it. How many times do we
Charlie.
push through I-7 from this side?
He's too far behind the pillar. Can't get him at where he's at.
I-7. Is that on the map?
Target spotted.
Gunfighter knows what I'm talking about.
I'm going around the long way.
H7.
Artillery strike.
I'm going around the long way to get their base.
Target spotted.
Rather have you backing me up, but okay.
Alpha,
Target acquired.
adder.
And the push is on.
Charlie's poking enough. Well, I just put an airstrike on.
Reminds me of that.
We got Highlander coming up to our right.
Target spotted.
Delta Highlander.
Ah, shit. Got the lights on me.
New
Thanks,
target
buddy.
acquired. Artillery strike online.
Fafner's coming up behind them. They're pushing.
Target spotted.
I don't see the FAF. No.
Artillery strike online. Artillery strike activated.
Somebody get us some locks.
UAV H6 needs shutdown.
Echo.
Careful,
Echo.
don't put too far. They got,
Echo.
We got attention on us now. It's all we wanted, really.
Echo's seen better days.
Hotel.
Acquired.
Come back to us, fighter.
Hotel.
I've got a complete problem.
New target acquired.
You got incoming to you, by the way.
Target spotted.
Box trap Fafner. We can.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
They have excessive LRM power. Try to hold locks a few seconds.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target.
Oh, I fell down.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Lima, hunchback.
Target spotted.
Delta Highlander. Never mind.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Watch the Fafner.
New target acquired. Left arm
Yeah,
critical.
they didn't like that. They're going
Golf.
back around, I think.
Right
Or maybe
torso
not. I don't know.
critical damage. Heat sink
Hotel.
destroyed. New target acquired. New target acquired. Heat level critical. Right torso.
I'm down. 2 kills and 666. Did my part.
Avenge me! Jay is ready to blow over.
The Fafner should be pretty soft now too, and the Marauder.
Well, I put some racks into him.
Target destroyed.
That Marauder and the impact.
If we can get them, they'll collapse. Hotel's moving out of cover. Ryan.
New target acquired.
Hunchback's out of cover. Lima. Focus Battlemaster Charlie. Charlie.
Target spotted.
Uncovered. Stay on Charlie.
Left arm critical damage. Heat level critical.
Charlie, fall down.
Medium pulse laser destroyed. Right
Indian Marauder.
Yeah, Marauder.
Yes, we can fall down.
Gotta spectate somebody else here.
New target acquired.
Heisenbug instead of Heisenberg.
Critical. New target acquired. LRM ammo depleted.
Uh-oh. Wormskull, you're out of ammo.
Target destroyed.
It's like
Worm has plenty
looks
of
like you
ammo.
brought just enough.
Did that flea get you?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
There's just a few of us. Where's the last one?
Is it a flea?
Yeah, that flea was my
Adult
bane.
flea.
Oh, that flea was my
motherfucker.
bane.
Alright then.
Go ahead to their base. Start
Oh, you
breaking
disabled
stuff.
Oceanic and European? Yeah, that's fine. Where is the flea?
He was around G7 when he got me, but I don't know where he ran off to after that. I just got a lock on him, and then he took advantage of my open torso.
Not very friendly of him.
Might as well go thump their base now.
Oh, we're on our way. I'm just making sure my allies don't get picked off. See something, Yuba?
How you going, Doc?
Good. I guess I could just end the stream on this, but I wanted to see the final score.
No, do that. Yeah, watch it. It's alright. I've got everything under control.
Alright.
At some point, I've got to add the pasta to the sauce.
Remember to add the pasta to the sauce so that it can, a little bit, not quite done, so it cooks the sauce into the pasta, brings the flavor in.
Well, what I've done is I've cooked some guanciale, which melts. There's got a lot of fat in it, and fat it melts. I've added the pepper, added the white wine, boiled that off, waiting for the pasta to get al dente so I can add it to that. And then I've got my tomato base, what I like to do, which I'm going to then add to that to finish it off.
Sounds like you have a plan that might work out.
Yeah, it's guanciale. If you've never cooked with guanciale...
I don't even know what guanciale is.
It's the cheek of the pig.
Oh, pig cheek, of course. Why didn't I think of that?
Not the butt, but I mean like not the
face
the bum, but the actual jaw. The jaw. It's so good.
Great work, guys.
Because it's
Thanks
just
for the
got all
drop.
this fat in it.
I've never had that before.
It's divine. Yeah, well, it's really good.
You're not a very good Jew if you're enjoying that pig cheek.
Well, I haven't been practicing my Judaism for that forever.
Not since you discovered pork, right?
I think I've aired my views on God
yeah, you
a
have.
couple of times on this.
No,
channel.
I'm just saying that I'm just calling you out anyway because it's because I don't get any of it.
Oh, you did nice. 2 kills, 666. Oh, 666.
I know.
What's going on with that, Doc?
We'll just call it a little pact.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we did nice. All right.
Worm spell.
We were talking about the Reaper on
we
this
were.
match, weren't
We were. 944, 746, 666.
There's a lance. It's really good.
Gunfighter got chewed up a little bit there, it looks like.
Worm skull almost
Oh,
got
yeah,
a K.
Gunfighter got really chewed up.
Nice work, though.
I knew against G-Ram and you guys won. Well done.
Martin took out the Marauder. Andy took out the fat kid. And I think, I don't know who got the flea, but you know.
We anti-rotated. Counter-rotated and pushed into him. Worked well. Barely. They were.
I really have to go get back to this pasta.
So I'm gonna. Here's the deal. Good night, everybody. That tomorrow night's Mechwarrior 5, and thanks for hanging out in the stream, and we'll see you later. Excuse me. This has been. This has been Ghostlands. That's what it is. Ghostlands. Bye. Drax, come down into my. I gotta push these buttons.
Yeah, you said you had to go back to the.
Oh, I've got to.
Come down into the officers' lounge, Dark's supply closet, and I'll meet you down there in a second. Good night, everybody. Hang on.
What's the story?
Just a sec. I'm still letting the ending thing roll here.